Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Hala. For those who don't know me, I am a PYP teacher teaching at an international school and I'm living abroad. So in today's video, why does my neck look like this? So in today's video, we're going to open up. I'm gonna share with you 5 ways on how to cope with distance learning. But before that, let me just make my coffee because I don't function normally without it. And let's get started. If you are new here and this is the first time you watch my videos, do not forget to subscribe and share my videos with your colleagues. Also, if you are watching this video, you can leave a comment below and tell me what are the things that you do to cope with distance learning. I know this year has been tough on all the teachers around the world because as teachers, we're always trying to go above and beyond to ensure our learners receive the best education and to provide them with the best online tools and the most engaging resources, keeping in mind their mental health, finishing the curriculum on time, no pressure. All of this put a lot of pressure on the teacher, and believe it or not, we might end up having second thoughts about our career because we are so pressured and overwhelmed and we feel that we're burning out. I'm pretty sure a lot of teachers can relate to this because I reached a phase in teaching where I felt like I'm done with it. I'm really frustrated. Whenever the teacher is demotivated, the learners are demotivated because whether we like it or not, we influence our learners the same way they influence us. Also, teaching from home and working from home has its perks, right? We feel that we are very flexible to do different things at the same time and to multitask. However, new teachers who don't really have a lot of experience in teaching and teachers who are simply not organized might feel that this is really not the best way to teach. So in order not to burn out, I started thinking about the little things that stress me out during my teaching day, or the little things that if they don't work, they frustrate me. And this is where I developed 5 ways to cope with distance learning, 5 ways to make me feel more productive, less stressed, and relaxed. Number 1 is checklist. I personally create a checklist, no, not for the whole week, because we always have lots of things that come up suddenly during the day. So I create a checklist every single day and I make sure that this checklist is created one day ahead. So when I wake up on Sunday, I create a checklist, and no, it's not fancy or anything. I just have sticky notes, or if you're using Mac, you can use stickies to write on the laptop, depends what you want. I just write down the list of the things that I need to do on Monday so that I am aware of the things that I need to submit or finish or finalize. 2, I am ready to start my Monday feeling less stressed and I know what is expected from me. I put some expectations and deadlines that I need to meet so that I don't feel overwhelmed during this day. So when I wake up on Monday, I feel like, all right, this is what I have to do, and I go from there step by step. You know, I used to create checklists, but I was not consistent. So you know how people say I'm gonna start dieting on Monday, we're gonna start fresh on Monday. So this is what I used to do. I used to create a checklist Sunday night and say that I'm gonna start doing this, like creating checklists every single day starting Monday. And then Monday passes, I do it. But then Thursday and Friday, I'm overwhelmed, I have no checklist whatsoever, and of course I'm not on diet anymore. So in order to prevent that from happening, make sure you are consistent and make sure to keep your checklist small and neat, because whenever you have or you read that you have hundreds of things to do, you will not do anything because you will feel overwhelmed. But if you divide them day by day, you will feel that, all right, I have a couple of things I need to do today, a couple of things I can do tomorrow. And yeah, that's how I do it. Number 2, always, always, always come to the sessions prepared with a backup plan. What does that mean? I always create activities and I feel like, oh my God, this activity is amazing, it's very engaging, but then I will have a lot of students who either don't have an internet connection, who are telling me all the time, Miss, you're glitching, I can't hear you, Miss, can you repeat? And you always have students who don't know how to log in, forget their usernames and password, all sorts of these things. So in order to prevent the stress from happening, because you come to the session very prepared, very excited, but then you will waste your whole time on providing them with their usernames, helping them log in, explaining to them what they have to do, typing what they have to do because they can't hear you. So in order to prevent all of this, always have a backup plan. So always keep in mind that you will have 2 or 3 students who are going to ask you these questions. Miss, what's my username and password? Miss, I cannot hear you, what do I have to do? So keep these questions in mind and have a backup plan. So I always create a lesson or an activity, and I make sure that in case somebody is not online, somebody cannot hear me, somebody who cannot have access to this online resource, I make sure that they have a backup plan to have access to it. So it is there ready. All I do is just send it to them through email, by chat box, or post it somewhere so that students can know that if this happened, you can do this. This will save a lot of stress and frustration, right? So you will end the session feeling more at ease with it. Number 3, and this is very important, I didn't know how to do it until recently. I know there's a big number of teachers who are teaching from home, whether it's virtual teaching, hybrid teaching, mixture of both, I don't care. But I know that there's a big number of us who are teaching from home. And we both know that this means more free time for us, right? It's more flexible and we have more flexibility to finish whatever we want throughout the day. And then here comes the procrastinators, and I was one of them, who feel that, all right, I'll finish that later. I'll do that later. I still have plenty of time. And I started wasting time during the working hours that I have and then finishing up whatever I wanted to finish, whether it's a deadline, preparing lessons, giving feedback, responding to students, do them later. And this is how I felt more overwhelmed day by day. And this is what I want to tell you. Number 3 is separating your working hours from the rest of the day. Because when you finish whatever you need to finish during working hours, you know that, let's say your schedule or the school day finishes at 4, you will not work after 4. Making sure that you finish everything that you have on your checklist during this time. So you need to be committed to finishing whatever you have from 8 to 4 and then take a break after that. Number 4, connecting and reaching out. Venting, talking about your concerns to other teachers in the education field, and this is very important. You need to know that you're not alone in this, and you need to know that we are all going through this together. So when you don't vent, when you don't talk about it, you will feel that you are alone in this and you are going through something that nobody will ever understand. I only knew, and I felt better when I did that, when I started connecting with my colleagues in different schools and sharing with them how frustrated I am because I felt that time is passing and I cannot finish the curriculum on time. And I think this is something we're all struggling with, because we tend to forget sometimes that the curriculum is not everything. And what matters the most in these hard times, honestly, is the students' well-being. When I started talking about it to other colleagues and to other teachers, I felt much better because I knew that they are going through the same thing. And I felt that listening to their feelings and listening to their feedback, giving me tips on what things I can do, helped me move forward and gave me a little bit of motivation. So do not forget to reach out, talk about what you're going through, don't keep it to yourself. Number 5, acknowledge your hard work. Give credits to yourself. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but what we are doing is amazing. We are shifting between different teaching models, face-to-face, hybrid teaching, virtual teaching, synchronous, asynchronous, and we are achieving something. We are doing it. Learners are learning, and we are teaching from the bottom of our hearts. Regardless of the things that we're going through, we need to acknowledge that we are doing a great job, and you need to tap on your shoulder at the end of the day and say, I tried today, tomorrow is another day, I'm gonna try again. Just acknowledge your hard work and tell yourself every day that I achieved something today. Whether it's something small or something big, I really achieved it. So these are the 5 things that I started doing, and I felt much better, and I started coping with online teaching in a positive way. I'm not saying that I don't have times where I feel down, I feel negative, but I always had this in mind that tomorrow is another day. I'm trying, I'm doing my best, and that's enough. So do not forget the 5 things I talked about. Number 1, always have a checklist. Number 2, always have a backup plan. Number 3, do not forget to connect, to reach out to your friends, your colleagues, and talk about what you're feeling and what you're going through and your concerns. Number 4, separate your working hours from the rest of the day or from the hours that you need to spend taking care of yourself. Number 5, acknowledge your hard work and give credits to yourself. I hope these 5 things will help you look at things a little bit differently. So that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, do not forget to do that. Like my videos and share them with your colleagues, and also leave a comment below telling me how or what are the ways that you do to cope with distance learning and feel more productive at work. Thank you.